What's up, family? This is still the Fairweather Rider. I'm still putting miles on this Indian Pursuit. We rode to Beaumont, Texas to test ride some Harley Davidsons. We got a chance to ride several of them. Now we're on this road heading back to the Cajun State, putting more miles on this Indian Pursuit. Stay with me as we make this ride, and we're going to talk about some of the Harley Davidsons that I did get a chance to ride. Some impressed me, some exceeded my expectations, and some met my expectations. But all in all, it's always great when you can throw the leg over a different bike. In this instance, got a chance to ride some Harley Davidsons, y'all. We're going to talk about it. Stay with me. This is the Fairweather Rider, and you know I'll be back.
Welcome to the Cajun State.
What's up, family? This is the Fairweather Rider. I really just want to give you a brief rundown of what I did today. As I said before I started, the mission, I was in pursuit of a Harley Davidson demo day. And the demo day that I found that was within 200 miles of my residence was at Cowboy Harley Davidson in Beaumont, Texas. So I decided to hop on the pursuit, put about 300 miles on it, both round trip, and go to Cowboy Harley Davidson and ride some Harley Davidson motorcycles. I rode a total of 5 Harley Davidsons. Let me tell you a little bit about the ones that I rode and the ones that that impressed me. I rode 3 different versions of the Road Glide. I rode the Road Glide, just the standard Road Glide, the Road Glide CVO, and the Road Glide CVO ST. Then I rode the Road King Special, and the last bike that I rode was the Pan America CVO. The 2 motorcycles I was impressed by the most, and what I mean by impressed by, are the 2 motorcycles that exceeded my expectation. The first motorcycle that exceeded my expectation was the Road King Special. That Road King Special is a bike that I can see myself riding on short touring trips. I'm talking about short touring trips of maybe 250 miles or less. There was a guy who worked for Harley Davidson who said that he took his Road King Special on a 21-day, 11,500 mile road trip across America. In order for me to do that, I would have to make so many modifications to the motorcycle that it would seem that instead of buying the Road King, I might as well go with something else. So I can see myself on that Road King for some short distance touring. Ruby here will always be my bike of choice for long distance touring. The only thing that I would say that I would want to get done that might improve on the Road King Special, I might add some custom dynamic lights. I might change the bars, because to me the bars were a little wider. Like these bars right here, they're a little wider than I want them to be. I prefer them to be a little closer together. So I might consider changing out the bars. Other than that, only thing left after that is just put some miles on it. The second bike that impressed me was the Pan America CVO. Now, some of the things that the guy said were different between the Pan America CVO and the Pan America Special was that you get more guards for the engine and saddlebag. The CVO comes with the saddlebags and the tour pack. As I told y'all before, I think they look like ammo cans, but it's something that I can probably deal with if I were to go that route. The tires on the CVO are a little bigger than the tires on the Special. And there were a couple other things that they mentioned that I can't remember right now that are different on the CVO Pan America than it is on the Pan America Special. Since the engine is the same, oh, by the way, the seat is different. And the seat that was on the Pan America CVO was actually more comfortable than the seat on the Road Glides, all 3 of them. So I might be able to get away with keeping the seat that's on the Pan America CVO. The biggest question is this: considering the price difference between the Pan America Special and the Pan America CVO, since the engine is the same, and I really don't like the saddlebags or the tour pack that comes on the CVO, how much of those things that come unique to the CVO would I be able to have done to the Special and stay under the price of a CVO? For instance, can I add engine guards? Can I add saddlebag guards? Can I add a comfortable seat? And can I add the sport saddlebags and the sport tour pack and still come under the price that I would pay for a CVO? That's the real question. But I'm going to keep that bike on my list. I'm going to add the Road King to my list because I think the Road King is worth consideration, the Road King Special. So those were the two bikes that exceeded my expectation. When I was riding at Pan America, I initially thought that because the way they advertised the seat height, that it might have been too high for me. But it wasn't. You can actually adjust the seat height on the Pan America. And I believe that the seat height was probably at or close to the lowest position when I was riding it. So I was able to actually flat foot the Harley Davidson at a standstill. So I had both feet flat on the ground when I came to a stop, or as I was preparing to ride that Pan America CVO. So the other three bikes I rode, as I said before, they were all different variations of the Road Glide. There are some things that I found in common about all the Road Glides. First was the seat. The seat was uncomfortable on all three Road Glides. So regardless, if I were to get a Road Glide, regardless of what level or trim I were to get, I think I would have to change out the seat. And to me, changing out the seat on the CVO, that shouldn't even be an option. If you're going to buy a motorcycle at that price point, if nothing else is on point, the seat should be comfortable. Other than the seat, I really can't see myself doing anything else to improve the performance or look or comfort of the CVO. The one I rode came with the heel toe shifter. I don't know if they come standard like that. I think there are some Harley Davidson dealerships you can go to and buy a motorcycle and they will put a heel shifter on there for you. So I don't know if they all come with, I don't know if they come with the heel shifter, but the heel shifter was a plus. The suspension on the Harley Davidson CVO, as well as the Harley Davidson CVO ST, I believe the CVO ST has Olin suspension. I believe I'm saying that right. They're just branded as Harley Davidson. I don't know if it's because the suspension wasn't adjusted for me. I don't know, maybe they just set it for the average rider from the factory. And I don't really consider myself to be the average rider. So either the suspension would have to be adjusted or they would have to be replaced. And I don't know which one would be required, since I didn't really get a chance to spend a lot of time with the CVO. I would have to have that thing for days or maybe at least a week in order to determine whether or not I need to adjust the suspension or whether or not new suspensions need to be purchased. And for the CVO ST, if I have to purchase new suspension, then why even get the bike? And like I said, the same thing for the CVO. The CVO, I think it comes with upgraded suspension. So hopefully if I were to get one of those bikes, I would just be able to adjust the suspension versus having to buy all new suspension. As I said before, the three things that pushed me in the direction of the Indian Pursuit over the Road Glide Limited was the seat, the lights, and the suspension. The Indian Pursuit, remember, I purchased my Indian Pursuit in 2023. So this was right before Harley Davidson came out with the 2023 and a half CVOs. So all the lights on the Indian Pursuit are LED. At the time, the lights on the Harley Davidson Road Glide Limited were halogen. The suspension on the Pursuit is far superior to the suspension on the Road Glide Limited, at least in 2023 it was. I don't even know if they even have a Road Glide Limited right now. And the seat, this seat right here is stock. And I've gone and I've taken, and I have successfully completed an iron butt challenge on this stock seat. I don't think I could do that on that Harley Davidson, not that stock seat. So I would have had to, at a minimum, change the lights, the seat, and the suspension. So you're talking about going out and paying $34,000. This is before TT&L, and then turn around and putting another 8 to 10 grand just on those three things that I just mentioned. So the Pursuit, to me, was a better overall value. With all that said, I've decided to remove the Road Glide from consideration. Now what I mean by the Road Glide is the Road Glide. I'm not including the Road Glide CVO or the Road Glide CVO ST into this equation. I'm strictly talking about the Road Glide. The CVO ST and the CVO are considerations, but they're kind of low on the list. That Pan America, though, is a serious consideration. I'm just going to have to look at some videos of people who've actually taken their Pan America on long distance touring trip. I was looking at Her Two Wheels YouTube channel, and she recommended a friend who had a Pan America and suggested that the friend took the Pan America on long distance road trips. So I'm going to go back and try to find that person and perhaps subscribe to their channel just to get a better feel for how someone who has spent time touring with a Pan America actually feels about that bike as a touring machine. I'm going to end this video right here by declaring today's mission a success, which was in pursuit of Harley demo days, and I got a chance to ride every motorcycle that I wanted to ride. As always, I'm Peabo, I'm the Fairweather Rider. My bike of choice is the Indian Pursuit. Whatever you ride, if you like it, you should be out there putting some miles on it. Let's go ride. I'll be back.